T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Public service announcement. I need all my Titan fans to come on down. Grab you some popcorn, grab you a drink. Titans Colosseum in the building. Yeah, not, boy, I'm in the game. Still ballin' out, never change. I be reppin' my hometown for the whole city, really knew my name. Boss talk, I don't do favors. Yeah, we signing deals with the top players. We just started this lifestyle. We be having all kind of haters. I'm a madman, they better come get me. Wanna box me in, but I'm too shifty. If they come at me sideways, I'ma stiff on me like Derrick Henry. Now listen, we're not the same. EA Sports, boy, I'm in the game. I be reppin' my city, dog. Got a Titan logo hanging on the chain. Big money, big moves. New stadium on the way. Nashville, we hold it down. We the one team that you don't wanna play. They be trying to talk down on us. I just laugh at them and I walk away. I don't tolerate disrespect. Might shoot a fade, penny hard away. Big money, big moves. New stadium on the way. Nashville, we hold it down. We the one team that you don't wanna play. We be putting in the hard work, so we coming in with all kind of skill. I be living in the end zone. My finger roll like Tannehill. What's poppin'?
Man, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome to the Titans Colosseum Podcast, man. Hey, how y'all feeling out there tonight, man?
Man, feeling good. Glad to be in the building again for another great episode of Titans Colosseum. You already know how we rocking.
Yeah, man, feeling damn good, man. We had a Colton Dial on last episode, man. That's been doing great numbers. Everybody, y'all been supporting that. We really appreciate that. Whether y'all been listening on the audio podcast or y'all been checking us out on YouTube and the social media platforms on video, man, we truly appreciate your support, man. We got another fire episode for y'all.
Man, for sure, man. You see, we got a special guest in the building, man. So let me go ahead and turn my guy up, man. You can catch him online kicking ass at your favorite video game. He the co-host of the Morning Gorge Show and All Things Titan. Everybody give it up for Jonathan Miller in the house, man.
Hey, man, what an intro. Appreciate you guys. I'm so excited to hop on this show. Let me give you guys your flowers real quick in the intro, okay? Man, this show has been incredible. Loved having, like, you three just jive so well together. Love the opinions. Love your objective feedback, and the guests have been amazing. So it's an honor. It's an honor to be a guest on the show. Thanks for having me.
Man, definitely. Man, we're finna get to the two-tone business, man. But before we do, man, I appreciate everybody that's tuning in tonight, as usual, man. Shout out to William. Shout out to Glory Day, CJ, Julie, D9, Pinball, Moneyline, Dialing. Who else we got in the building, man? We got our boy D Majors in the building. Hey, boy, you gonna have to get back in that club, man. Turn up with them rooks, man. We got Shorm in the building too, man. Shout out to Shorm, man. I know he up over there whipping up something mean for the not only the podcast, but you know his platform as well, man. Y'all make sure y'all head over to shormsports.com, man, because man, I'm telling you, Youngin cooking up that fire, man. Shout out to JD, Nicholas, and Johnny, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And make sure you hit up lionsdenbeardcollection.com, man. Use the promo code tongue twister. Oh my God, I'm ready to get to this two-tone business. Use the promo code Coliseum to get 25% off. Make sure you head over to sunnysmilescoffee.com. Premium freshly roasted coffee and free shipping on all U.S. orders. And also, check us out on our website, TitansColosseum.com, man. You can go there, catch all our fire blogs. I'm cooking up. RJ and Firestone, they got some things in the works. And of course, Sean Shyster, he cooking up as well, man. So y'all make sure y'all head over to the website. Did I pay all the bills? I ain't paid the bills yet, man. Let Red cook, man. Head over to the Coliseum website, click on merch, get your shirt, man. Ooh, I made that rhyme, boy. I'm paying them bills, man. Yeah, man. So what other bill we got to pay? Hey, we got to plug. Hey, man, I ain't doing this, man. Romeo, you better pop your shit, my boy.
Hey, you already know, man. If you love the intro, man, make sure y'all go on our streaming services, man. They're all there, man. Make sure you download Romeo's in the game, man. Hey, be on the lookout, man. We gonna hit you with the new intro, man. I promise you. One of these days, I ain't even gonna say nothing. We ain't even gonna say nothing. You just gonna pop up on here, and the new intro gonna be there. You gonna be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Click that artist tab, man, and most definitely check out the rest of the music that I got there, man. I got a lot of stuff in there for y'all, man.
Bro, I definitely was bumping some exclusive Romels on this before I came on the podcast because Romel sent me some things and been listening to them. So I was bumping things before we came on the podcast.
I'm sad we're gonna lose,
man. Hey, man, we did some Drake and Kendrick Lamar on there, so you know they both getting it.
Let's fire this man up with that one. Man, we're gonna lose that Tannehill bar, though, right? RJ, we're gonna lose that Tannehill bar. I'm sad about that.
I know, man. I missed those special ones, man. I ain't gonna lie to it. Every time it got to the point, man, we was all my boys, man. Every time Tannehill score, we all get up and do the finger roll for he even do it.
Man, I'm gonna miss them finger rolls in Nashville, but then again, I'm not gonna miss them finger rolls, man, because man, look, man, new day and age, man. The Titans, man, they trying to be a modern day offense, man, and the process been started, but you know what I'm saying, the next journey in the process happened this weekend, man. Titans rookie mini counts, man. I'm gonna start off with Jonathan, man. Your thoughts?
Yeah, the rookies looked good, man. Obviously, I think the first 3 picks for the Titans was great. My evaluation of the draft class is that we got 3 starters in the first 3 picks, and that presumably happened from last year's draft as well. So let Rand cook for sure. He's had 2, obviously time will tell what the production looks like for this draft class, but JC Latham certainly going to be your day 1 starter at left tackle, who looked really good, pushing Big Bertha, as she was claimed to be named on social media. T'Vondre Sweat, I've been a big fan of his. We had a little bit of discourse back and forth on the Morning Glory show with my guy B-Will, who's not really big on T'Vondre Sweat, or at least wasn't high on him at 38. I was. Obviously I was rooting for AD Mitchell at 38. I'm not going to lie to you. But without AD or not getting AD, T'Vondre at pick 38, I really love that pick. He's going to be really great. The case that I made for him is that not only is he a good player, and he fits the mold of what this defense needed, right? He fills a big hole, literally, and in conversation here. But more than anything, he makes your already all-star defensive tackle, Jeffrey Simmons, even better. He makes him better. He literally makes him better. Obviously, you expect, T'Vondre is coming into a good situation with a guy like Big Jeff next to him. But, people talking about the character issues, I don't really, obviously I'm not playing big into that. They're going to do their due diligence. They feel like they got a good kid. Not only that, again, Big Jeff right next to him. He's going to be a big brother, a big mentor to him. So I suspect that T'Vondre is probably going to have a better start to his career than he might have had if he had gone elsewhere. And then Cedric Gray, I'm really high on. I didn't think he was going to, I thought he was going to be a top 100 pick. So getting him at 106 in the 4th round felt like getting a 3rd round pick this year. So that was a big plus too. I think that Cedric is going to start. He's going to play a lot in the preseason, and I would suspect that he'll win that job. And then they'll just rotate Otis and Jack Gibbons in along with Kenneth Murray and him. So it gives them some good depth at that position as well. And as far as the later round picks, we'll see. We'll see how that comes together. I was pounding the table for Malik Washington at pick 182. And then they go Jaquan Jackson. So we'll see. Maybe Jaquan looked really good in minicamp. He was, that short area bursty quickness. He's got it. He's got it. So if he can have reliable hands and catch the ball when he's open, then who knows? Maybe he'll get some opportunity. This wide receiver class or this wide receiver room is really interesting now. All of a sudden, obviously recent additions show that, but it's a lot to be excited about. Minicamp so far for the rookies has looked really good. I'm excited to see the rest of the roster.
Yeah, no, and that's too, because like with Sweat being up there front with Jeffrey Simmons, I think this year on defense too, and I know Sweat and Simmons gets a lot of the attention, and our corners get the attention too, Chidobe Awuzie and L'Jarius Sneed. But I think that Cedric Gray and Kenneth Murray little combination in that middle and that linebacker situation is going to be something that a lot of people don't expect to be as good as it's going to be next year. Because I really think if Cedric Gray can come in here and be what we really truly believe he can be and be a green dot linebacker for us, and then Kenneth Murray can go out here and just run the field, see ball, hit ball, that's going to be a very high flying defense that's going to be very, very dangerous on all cylinders. Because now we just kind of figure out the safety situation, which we're still not out the market on that. We got Landry on one side of the edge. We still need one edge on the other side. We're not out on the market on that neither. So this season, this defense, it feels like everything's upgraded, and at least every D-line, linebacker, DB, we got at least two guys in each room that is solidified as, okay, we know these guys are going to be game wreckers, and that's what the fuck. It's going to be game changers, game records, and it's going to be a damn good defense out here that's going to be balling, bro.
Yeah. I agree with both of y'all, man. I think that these rookies, man, I'm pretty excited about it, especially Jaquan Jackson, man, the special teamer, man. I definitely want to see what he does in the kick return game, especially with the new rules. I do like Brownlee because I know you guys already touched on the first two picks. So I'm going to talk about some of the back picks. I do like Brownlee. So I think Brownlee is going to be a dog, and he's learning from other corners that do what he does, and they can improve his game a lot more. I do like James Williams. I do want to see what he can be at linebacker. He can hit hard. He can cover. I like that transition from safety to linebacker, man. I do believe also that Tennessee Titans might struggle a little bit in the beginning of the season, but come as the middle of the season goes and towards the end, the Titans are going to be a very, very hard team to beat, man. And even if we don't make the playoffs, we're going to put somebody out the playoffs. I just know, man. It's just going to be just like last year, man. We're not going to be a team you want to play at the end of the season, man. And, you got your playoff hopes there, man. So we'll see.
Yeah, because it's going to be a learning curve at first. So there's definitely going to be some situations where it's going to look ugly at the beginning. It's going to be some miscues and some people out of position and some blown plays. There's going to be something. So, but it's going to be, all right, once we get later into the year, in the middle of the season, all right, some of those mental errors, some of those small things should be disappearing, and you should start seeing a better Titans team.
Man, Kendrick won, man.
All day.
Kendrick won, man. Hey, Drake
still it ain't over yet, man. I ain't gonna say it's over
Kendrick
yet.
won, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Kendrick won, but it ain't hurting Drake, man, because you know what I'm saying. Drake put up a respectable fight, man. People ain't expect Drake to say some of the things Drake said in them tracks, man. Especially me, man, because honest to God, true. I thought he was just gonna come with some kind of little lighthearted joke or whatever. Dude was, spitting some shit though, man. But man, I'm gonna talk about this foolishness that's been going on social media, man. And speaking of social media, man, make sure you head over to our friends over on the Two-Tone Militia group on Facebook, man. Y'all make sure y'all go up over there and turn them up, man. They've been up over there dealing with the foolishness themselves, man, when it comes to this whole sled situation with JC or whatever, man. I saw the video, and honest to God truth, man, when I first seen the video, see, my mind ain't just wired to go straight to negative shit. When I first seen the video, I was like, dude, technique problem, because it ain't no dadgum way that a man this size with this much power got a problem moving a sled. But he later on explained the situation, man. Big Bertha, man. Don't that sound like a jailhouse, name or whatever? I ain't trying to get us flagged or anything like that, but you know what I'm talking about, man. But Big Bertha up out there. Big Bertha, what, about 380 pounds?
Oh, man.
Hey, man, it's a technique thing, y'all. Chill out, man. I mean, y'all sit up over here with PTSD thinking about Isaiah Wilson and Andre Dillon and Dennis Daly. It is not that freaking serious, bro. I mean, all of them struggle with that sled, man. So just chill out and let the rookies work.
Bro,
Right.
like it's what Bill Callahan invented and designed that sled. So it's not a sled that is designed like, okay, if you just got power, you're going to power this thing. It was a sled that he designed to be, if you ain't got proper technique, this thing ain't going nowhere. So if you stand them up like he did at first, if you stand that D lineman up first, you're not pushing that D lineman anywhere. That's not the position you want to be. You want to be sitting there and you want to be driving, not lifting. And that's what that whole thing does. You sit there and you teach them how to drive, not lift that defensive lineman up. So it was a new machine that they've never dealt with before. That's probably one of one. We don't know how many of these Bill got out there or if this is his only prototype. So it was not a negativity thing. And you saw what I loved about it. It's like, okay, you saw him lose. You didn't see no discourage. He sit there. All right, he's handling that weight. Then he figures, oh, okay, then I got to go here. Here's the technique. Then I drive. It seemed like he handled the weight pretty fine to me. He just had to figure out where his technique was, which is one thing we knew that we were going to have to work on and why we were so excited about Bill coming here. He was going to have these unorthodox ways of teaching these people how to properly block, and this is one of them.
Yeah. You're just reading too much into it. The Jags fans, I saw it, like their 4th round pick or something had a similar sled and they were pushing it just fine. First off, like it's grass versus turf. So those things are sliding on turf a little bit easier, I think is one part of it. But yeah, I think we're kind of reading into the one rep where he just stood straight up on a sled that he's not used to pushing. Like 380 pounds. First off, he lifted that about 6 feet into the air. So if I would like to see anybody else lift 380 pounds straight into the air with little effort. But yeah, I think it's overblown. It's funny. We have a lot of division rival fans who are, obviously giving us a lot of grief right now, but we're seeing it a lot this offseason. And you want to know why we're seeing it a lot this offseason? Because we're doing a lot this offseason. So they can complain and, talk, do whatever, it's fine. We'll see what happens when we hit the grass in September. But yeah, I think it's the sled thing was just overblown. Everybody just trying to make something out of nothing.
Bro, don't they see like squat 1,000 pounds and bench 505? Ain't that what this man's numbers are?
I'm
Bro,
not even thinking no. See, that's the difference between the Tennessee Titans and the rest of the AFC South. We don't care about what y'all doing in practice. Do y'all really care about what's going on in Indianapolis right now? No. Do you really care? You know what I'm saying?
We did roast Colts social, or no, it wasn't Colts social media. What was it? Was it like DraftKings or something that posted the 10-inch vertical, like where they're like AD Mitchell got up and he was like this far off the ground? We gave him some shit for that. But like other than that, yeah, we're not talking to other teams.
I don't care about what's going on. I make jokes. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care about what's going on in there. I don't care what's going on in your practice. I want to know what my boys are doing because that's the mindset that we as fans need to develop if we're going to get to this Super Bowl. It don't matter what these other teams are doing. Even Denard Wilson said that when they asked him in his press conference, they was like, so how do you feel about Diggs going to the Texans? He was like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? He basically was like, I don't care. He said there's only one ball. At the end of the day, there's only one ball. And I agree with that, man. We don't need to worry about what's going on, man. You let the Jaguars laugh at us. Let the Colts watch our practices. Let the Texans keep on being our little brothers like they always have been and want to validate themselves every time they do something. They know who Big Boy is in this division, man. They know.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about anything Colts fans is saying when it comes to practices and hype or whatever. I mean, it's the same organization that was hyping up a check down pass from Matt Ryan to Naheem Hines or whatever his name is back in the gap, man. I mean, I don't pay any of that any mind, man. I mean, even though I do joke around about these teams talk trash on social media or whatnot, honest to God, true, man. All I be worried about is us, man. Everything I say, I mean, I say it because I literally only be worried about us. When we doing what we supposed to be doing, we are one of the most stressful teams to play. Our division rivals know that. Teams outside of our division know that.
Yeah, but It just cracks me up because they always got something to say about us, and then when we rebuttal or respond, like, "See, y'all do care about us." It's not, no. But when y'all say foolishness, somebody got to check you with your foolishness. Be like, "Hey, bro, you're incorrect with this shit," and it just cracks me up, bro. I had one Texans fan on Twitter try to tell me Steve McNair never played for the Titans. It's like, are you kidding me right now, bro? Are you trying to take Steve McNair too? You already took the Oilers jersey. You trying to take Steve McNair too? I was like, are you kidding me right now?
And that's what I don't understand. Like, they be like, all good was back to Oilers. I'm like, so we supposed to give you back Eddie George and Frank Wycheck? We supposed to give you back Steve McNair too? Because they were playing for the Oilers. You know what I'm saying? Blaine Bishop played for the Oilers too. Like, we supposed to give Bruce Matthews, we supposed to give him back too. Like, nah, bro, we not giving none of them boys back. I don't get what they would want from the Oilers. Like, you'll have to be the Titans as well.
Yeah, they pretty freaking ridiculous, man. Matter of fact, man, we is not about to get on that shit with them tonight, man. Because this is the Titans Colosseum Podcast, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third, man. Sweat, man. They said Sweat was up out there looking good, man. I know everybody was acting silly about when we drafted Sweat. Oh, man. Oh, my God. How could we take him that high? He would have been there if we would have traded back 25 slots. And, man, all these reports coming out about, you know what I'm saying, teams, you know, we're going to try to move up themselves and get this, man. It's silly, man. And I'm glad that Sweat is coming up out there and doing what he's supposed to do, man. And anybody thinking that this man just, you know what I'm saying, straight up out of shape and can't move and can't do this and can't do that, bro, you're foolish, man. That man came in looking like he was ready to go. Matter of fact, I seen the video when they was all walking in the building or whatnot, and I seen Sweat. I was like, Sweat ain't looking like how people say he look. I said, shoot, JC look bigger than Sweat.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I think everybody, you know, we all kind of got our eyes, you know, the wool pulled over our eyes going through the draft process with T'Vondre Sweat because, you know, it's easy to look at his sack numbers and say, well, the production's not there. It's like, okay, well, what about all the players around him, the defense that he was a part of? You know, he won the Outlander Award. You know, slouches don't win that. You know, he's been recognized by coaches, by scouts, by people who do this professionally in saying this guy's a dog. And if you watch his tape, he shows you that as well. Like, he's not this, people think he's like this tiny bowling ball of a man. He's 6'4". Like, he's massive. This is a big human being, long arms. He extends, he waits, he sheds. He's great in the run game. I mean, he does everything really well. And so, I think the whole DWI thing threw everybody off, made everybody think like, oh, Sweat is, he should put out. That blew my mind, by the way. I think it was like April 7th or 8th or something like that. It comes out, DWI. He goes and visits the Titans the next day. And he literally went from a top 40 prospect on everyone's board to like 80 or 90 or something like that. I was like, why? Why? Because he made a mistake and got, somebody ran into him in his car when he was, had some drinks. That's why he's not a top talent anymore. It made no sense to me. So, not to be insensitive to the whole like driving and being intoxicated thing, because that's obviously very serious, but it's he's a young man. He made a mistake. That's not you. You're not your mistakes. And, the evaluation process for the Titans front office looked and said, this is a good kid. And that's not going to make us drop. So like the whole, like, we can trade down thing, like Titans fans got really hard into that. We're going to trade down, or why just trade down? You can get him. Mel Kiper said that he's the 70th best player. Why are you taking him at 38? It's like, bro, Rand Carthon said it at the show, Buck's show the other night, the install that they did in person. He said, a top talent to who? Olu Fashanu was OT1 to who? Like, you don't know what's happening inside of every single front office. And, this is a different front office. This isn't John Robinson's, Rustin Webster or I'm forgetting his name, our other GM before him.
Rustin Webster. Wow, yeah. I can't even say his name. Webster. Yeah.
It's not that front office anymore. Like, we use modern technology. Chad Brinker went to school for advanced analytics and built his own proprietary systems to track prospects and evaluate talent. They took him because everything from an analytics and eyeball test told them he's talented. At 38, we got to go get him. So Titans fans should, rest assured that this is a very different team building personnel group, like staff. This is very different. And so I trust Rand Carthon and Chad Brinker and Anthony Robinson and their vision of team building, because I don't know about you guys, like Peter Skoronski he wasn't an A+ talent. He didn't have a fantastic first season, but he had a pretty promising first year, and you moved him to a different position and he still played pretty good. So, and then you get Will Levis, who is looking like our franchise's quarterback for the next 15 years in the second round. And then you take Tajay Spears in the third, dog. And you got my guy Colton Dowell, who I had to follow on this show, which I don't know how I'm gonna do that for the rest of the show. Colton Dowell, I can't play special teams gunner like this kid. He's incredible, and he's gonna make it through on IR. So it's like the first draft in Rand Carthon in this front office, they did really well. So we should give them the grace and say, okay, look, maybe they know something we don't. And they've added some serious talent. Now I'm excited about that.
I agree with that, Jonathan. And I granted, when he was making them draft picks, we was all on live and we hated every pick. We were like, what?
I posted a video I think I deleted. I was drinking that night, and I think I deleted the video that I posted when the JC Latham pick happened because I was ignorant, and many of us were. And it wasn't our fault. The national media told us that JC Latham was a guard. Like what? Yeah. Like what am I supposed to do? Evaluate this guy now? I have like a bunch of prospects I'm looking at for my team. I just looked over JC Latham. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. And then when I actually stopped and looked at him, like, bro, this guy is talented. So yeah, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I wanted AD Mitchell at 38. I didn't want T'Vondre Sweat, but when he was picked, I was excited about it. So yeah, at the end of the day, I'm with it.
I definitely was a little bit more excited about this draft. Now, when we was at the draft party at the stadium, man, and when he picked JC Latham, it was just a mixed. It was a mixed feeling. Some people could cheer, some people kind of stood there like, "What?" Then you had the other people that was like, "Man, I wanted Brock Bowers." You know what I'm saying? You had those people, and and I kind of just looked. I was like, you know what? Let me do my research before I make a real reaction to what's going on. And I seen that Bill Callahan, this was his favorite player at the draft. That sold me because I really trust Bill Callahan. And I also trust that when they said they were going to move him to left tackle. Now I said, okay, I really like the pick because if they can make him work at left tackle, to me, I think he was the best tackle in the draft. You know what I'm saying? He was my favorite tackle coming out, but I just didn't like that he played right tackle. I just don't believe in drafting the right tackle at 7. You know what I'm saying? And I was, I like the pick, man.
Like a core, man. King Brock, man.
So like you kind of got that emotion as a fan running through your body. You're like, all right, Chargers took Joe out. Giants took Malik Neighbors. Shit, we gonna go get Brock. Let's go get Brock. Oh shit, it's Brock Bowers time. Then it's like JC Latham. What the fuck? This is a right tackle. This ain't even what we needed in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So like that was my whole thing because I was like, all right, JC Latham is a good right tackle, but I didn't know we was gonna move him left tackle. And to sit there, I was like, I had kind of what people have with Sweat in the second round. I was like, man, we could have traded back a couple bit and still got JC Latham. People wasn't that high. And then you start seeing tackles go off the board with each pick coming later on. Like, all right, no. We made the right pick. They know what they're doing. I was just being an emotional fan in that situation. Yeah. And seeing what he can do and the power he has and knowing that he wants to get back to left tackle, I am more than ecstatic about his situation with Bill.
With the trading stuff, I wanted to touch on that really quickly because the trading aspect, and Brian Callahan basically told us in the presser, like the post-draft presser, he said, like he did coach speak, or he tried to make it as professional as he could sounding, but what he said is that all of the offers were garbage to move back 20 or 30 spots because the teams, there was so much talent in the top 100 in this year's draft that as Titans fans, it's easy for us to go trade down. We need more picks because there's great players. Guess what? Every other 31 teams are doing. We want more picks because there's really good players. So if you're in the stalemate situation where the teams that are probably offering you at 38, as well as 7, by the way, the teams that are offering you at 38 are picking at like 58 and 59. And so when you move back 15 to 20 spots in the draft and you're only getting like a 4th round pick in exchange, okay, like what are you getting? A T'Vondre Sweat, a Lad McConkey, or like whatever, versus a another tier of player. And that's what he explained. So Titans fans like saying like, oh, well, we needed to trade down. The compensation was probably not going to be good enough because other teams don't want to give up their picks this year because the draft is good. There's a lot of good players, at least in the top 100. So that, again, I think they did a really great job, and sticking and picking was always going to be a reality for that reason. And obviously if they were to trade down, and I'm sure they got some offers that were okay at 7, but they said, no, like JC is our guy, which is cool. And one more thing, last thing on the right tackle situation. Normally I would be in the same camp as you guys. The only reaction I didn't have to JC wasn't because he was a right tackle that could go to left tackle. I knew that could happen because of the coach we have. My concern was more so the player they chose. I really liked Olu Fashanu, and I had him higher than JC on me. JC was left tackle or tackle 3 to me. But I think we're okay here because of the track record of the coach that we have. He's done it not just once, not just twice, but 3 notable times where he took a right tackle out of a draft and turned him into a very, very productive left tackle. So if anybody can do it, it's this guy. And if you like the mini camp presser, multiple players were saying like, wow, like I didn't realize how good Bill Callahan was until like we started seeing him coaching. And by the way, I'll end on this. You guys see some of these videos we got where we literally got to hear the coaching. Like we got to watch, there was an entire like minute and a half. I think Easton Freeze got one, TD, Jim Wyatt got one, where we got like a minute and a half of like real coaching. Like we heard all of the words that were being exchanged from player to coach, coach to player. That was beautiful. We have not gotten that type of insight and that type of access in a Mike Vrabel team. So, we just like the dividends of this new era of Titans football just keep pouring on us because we keep getting all this awesome access and transparency and pressers, and it's just incredible.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you pointed out the video too, man, because did y'all see the way Bill Callahan was swinging that cup around, man? It was just like he was swinging that cup around like he was just sitting around with the homies just chopping it up or whatever, and he knew what the hell he was talking about. I mean, you could just hear the confidence coming from him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this. Like, I got y'all, man.
Bruh, go ahead.
No, I was about to say, man, I believe in Bill Callahan, man, till he gives me a reason not to. Man, the track record speaks for itself, man. He's gonna give JC Latham right. He personally picked him out. He said, I want him. You know what I'm saying? And he probably would have been fine with Alt too. And you know what I'm saying? I would have been fine with Alt. I just liked his technical and just the safe pick, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, golly, bro. JC Latham has potential to be a Trent Williams. That's how good he is, man.
Bro, that watching Bill Callahan do that and have his cup and he's just sitting there talking so relaxed to all these people, and he's just sitting there like it's up there killing the groomsmaid fucking toast at the wedding. Just like, bro, I've never seen somebody have so much confidence in a player that they've said they're all in on, which is JC Latham going from right tackle to left tackle. Look like there's no nerves in him, and that made me feel a lot better too, because like it's day one out there and you're this calm and collective, so you still must feel like you made the right pick with JC Latham after working him out there on those days. So seeing that confidence and that chilledness and just relaxation is just like, it made me feel even more confident in this draft class.
Yeah, and just like Shorm said, man, he played the position in high school. This is his natural position. I mean, he was recruited to Alabama to be a left tackle. Now, you can't tell some of our fellow fans here, well, high school ain't the NFL. Well, goddamn it, he ain't play for Gallatin High, man. It wasn't freaking.
Yeah, damn near a college team, bro. IMG.
It wasn't freaking. What's the school name or whatever, man? Just some random high school in some little local town, man. I mean, he wasn't playing for now one of these schools, man. He was playing for one of the top ranked high schools in the nation, man. And the gap between that and college, it isn't like that until you go up against some competition that came from some of those same high schools, man. So JC Latham, man, he's got the fundamentals to be a left tackle. It's just about sharpening up his ability, getting back adjusted to, moving to the left. That's all it is, really. If you really want to be real, playing left tackle and right tackle, it's the same dadgum technique. You just doing it on, you know what I'm saying, the right side and left side. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, using your hand or whatever, whichever hand you use to write. It's just like that. Some people right-handed, some people left-handed, some people can do both. I mean, shoot, y'all, quit making a big deal about nothing. Is
right.
What I'm
give
saying.
me 100 chances to write my name with my left hand, and I bet you on chance like 98, 99, it's going to look pretty good, pretty close to the right. So yeah, it's like the ambidextrous type of style of like flipping. You're mirroring the side that you're going toward, right? And ultimately, you know, another thing too with JC Latham is like, yeah, great point. Like he went to play left tackle into Alabama, and they already had a guy there. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to be a good teammate and just move over to the right side. And when he had a chance to move back to the left side before the end of his career there, he said, you know what? It makes sense. You have this top recruit over here. I'm already playing on the right. It's all good. I'll just play over here. So that's not understated either, right? Like how much like he believed and was confident in himself that he could move over there. And, you know, the things that make him a good tackle apply when you switch over to the left side, right? Like his grip strength, his get off, like how wide his base is, like all the things. He's technically sound on the right. It's just a matter of getting your reps in and mirroring over to the left.
Has there ever been somebody? Oh, no, I was gonna say, has there ever been somebody that was good on the right side and then went to the left side and just complete garbage? Like, has that ever just happened? You know what I'm saying? I know off the top of my head, I ain't never met somebody that was bad, that was great on the right side, went to the left side, and they just can't figure it out. You know, it's just too hard. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think that's happened. You know,
no, bro. There's been times where they've tried to switch like somebody left tackle to right tackle, left tackle, and they're like, they just didn't work out. They play better at the other position. That's because they didn't want to transfer over to the fucking position. So they're like, I'm going to do good enough to not lose my role, but bad enough to make you put me back in my position that I want to be in. And I think that's also too like some of the things that people forget about JC Latham. They're like, he's a right tackle. No, he's a left tackle who played right tackle for the betterment of his college team, and he's been trying to get back to left tackle ever since. This is the position he wants to be at. This is where he's been trying to get at, but he's doing the latter, what we was just talking about. I'll go play right tackle because that's what the team wants, but I really want to be over here. And that's what seems like everybody keeps saying, like, what this transition is going to be. It's like, no, this is completely different than everybody else. He wants to get back here. He's been trying to get back to this position. Left tackle is the position he feels the most comfortable at. So as good as he looked at right tackle in college, imagine how good he's going to look at left tackle when he's in a position that he's actually comfortable at, not trying to, you know, survive in.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna get the mic come in right here. He said, who's to say the left side is really the hardest? It's just naturally more right-handed quarterbacks to excellent point. Right. Excellent point, man. I mean, it just, you know how people is, man, especially Titans fans with the PTSD thing or whatever. They see, you know, somebody switching positions and the first thing they get to think about, oh my God, we did it once before and it didn't work. I'm like, dude, y'all shoot, man. I mean, y'all should be looking at it like, you know what? This man is naturally left tackle, and he went and played right tackle, and he turned into the 7th overall pick in the draft. That's how my mind is wired. That's how I was honestly looking at all of this. Once I calmed down and came up off the whole, dang, we missed on Malik Neighbors thing, man. I was like, you know what? Yeah, this dude got some dog in him, man. And, you know, in a pinch or whatever, if we get a good amount of depth or whatever, and we know we get in a pinch or whatever, and he have to slide the right side, he cool.
See, I just look at it like this, man. Look, yes, I want Malik Neighbors. Yes, I wanted Malik Neighbors. But, man, right now, it's not the time to pick a Malik Neighbors, man. Bro, did y'all not watch the season, bro? We was terrible blocking, bro. Like, that was the worst. I can't watch that again, bro. I can't watch my offense get killed over and over again, and then I have to listen to our division rivals think they're great because they blow out bad offensive lines. they're not even stopping what we're doing. That's what makes me so mad. Like, when I go back and look at our games against our division, man, like, they're not really stopping what we're doing. What they're doing is just exposing the offensive line over and over and over again. And it's like, bro, you're not good, bro. It's just
advantage of lesser talent.
And I'm so happy to have a JC Latham on our offensive line, because now they're going to have to actually figure out how to stop us now. It ain't going to be just them sacking the quarterback every other play, stopping, hitting us in the backfield every other play. Like, it's not going to be any of that. Now you have to out-scheme us. You know?
Bro, and it cracks me up how many Texans fans I've heard say this statement, and I kid you not, bro. What's J.C. Latham going to have to do when he goes up against Will Anderson? He's not going to know what to do. It's like, did you forget that they played at the same college? They went up against
He's probably got 5,000 reps against Will Anderson. What are you talking about?
They teammates, bro.
You think he's scared of Will Anderson?
They were teammates, man. People don't be thinking, man. They just be talking out of PTSD and foolish.
Bro,
The Texans are just so happy to finally sweep their big brother for once in their life, bro. That they don't know how to act, bro.
Bro, JC even came out in that first press conference where the rookie, here's the first round draft pick, and he started explaining, Will Levis likes to do this. He be bull rushing all this. Started already breaking down Will Anderson right there at the presser of his first day as a Titan. So it's like, oh yeah, bro, we're good. That's all y'all been saying. This dude has had practice. So there's just a whole completely different team, and they're so stuck on what the past Titans was that they didn't even pay attention to what we've done this offseason and how scary and deadly we got when they keep bringing up like who we going to guard with Nico Collins and Diggs and Tank Dell's. Like, bruh, you out your mind. You ain't been paying attention to this offseason.
Man, Keith Bullock said something that a lot of people, include myself to some degree, been wanting to say, man. This morning, he got on Twitter, and he pretty much said, man, why are y'all making a big deal about this green dot situation thing, man? I mean, come on, what are we doing, man? And when he said that, I was like, you know what? I feel that, man, because I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I ain't ever hear anybody talking about a daggone green dot until this offseason. And just, you know what I'm saying, just thinking back or whatever, I mean, I was like, you know what? I said, that's that PTSD talking again. That's why people sitting up worried about a green dot. Like, hey, who's going to be our green dot? Like, that, bro, like, it's important, but it ain't that daggum serious, man. All you really got to do is take a smart player or whatnot that's in the middle of the field that can communicate with all sides or whatever, and give him communication with the coaches and let him just, you know what I'm saying, call it out. Anybody?
I don't understand.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't understand it, bro, because Azeez Al-Shurra was on the team for 1 year, and he didn't play green. He wasn't the green dot at San Francisco. He came right here and wore the green dot. Like, it doesn't take much to wear that. Like, come on, bro.
You can tell like the part of the fan base that has that ignorance, that just doesn't know, right? Like what that means. Somebody becomes a sounding board. They're like, oh well, Tennessee doesn't have a green dot wearer now, and then it's almost like the birds from Nemo, where they're like mine. They're like, oh, green dot. What are we gonna do? Green dot. And it's like literally everyone freaks out, and it's like, guys, it's really simple how that works. It's the quarterback of the defense, right? You're literally just making sure that people are lined up. It's a veteran in that's making sure everybody's in check. That's why Amani Hooker wanted to do it. And it probably would make sense for him to be the green dot in that case, but it's really not the end of the world. Like Jack Gibbons could do it, right? He's a smart guy. Like at the end of the day,
guy in the middle of the field, man. That's all it is.
Right? Like
Ray can do it. I'm not. Honestly, I believe he can do it. Like he's going to do it.
He's going to be the guy. He's going to be the green dot wearer. But that's the funny part is that as a fan base we've kicked up and made it enough, like caused enough shit around the Twitter when like Colts fans and Jaguars fans are being like, well, who's going to be Tennessee's green dot? You guys don't got a green dot wearer. And it's like, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. Like, bro, it's like everyone's just gassing each other up in a really like strange way. But yeah, it's not that serious.
Bro, I think for some of us like Titans fans, because I'm that way a little bit, but I'm different. I think the echo of it is some people's figured out what some Titans fans was anxious and excited about and learned how to echo it into a gaslight situation. Because I think for some Titan fans, it was all right, who's going to get the green dot, just because we want to understand this is a new defense under a new defense coordinator with a bunch of whole new shiny tools. If I know who got the green dot, at least I kind of know how you're going to scheme the defense. Because, okay, if it's a veteran with the green dot, the playbook's a little bit more open. If it's a rookie with the green dot, the playbook's a little bit more close. So I can kind of, my emotions as a fan, I kind of get to see what the defense is going to kind of be like more. And then the other fan bases hear that and you're like, oh, y'all ain't got a green dot. Oh, what y'all going to do this? And it's like, no, we was just excited about seeing what this new defense is, because it's been an exciting offseason. We want to kind of see what the defense and what this team's going to look like as much as we possibly can with each new exciting signing that comes. And then these other fan bases just take that and just run with it like they always do because they don't know shit. So they just see, oh, not a green dot. Everybody got to have a green dot. And it's like, bro, it ain't that damn serious, bro. We was just trying to get an insider sneak peek real quick. Shit.
Yeah, man.
He's tired of hearing that question. He's like, bro, like you're gonna be okay. I promise you.
Well, you just don't know how many times I've been wanting to say that, dude, man. I'm so glad Keith got out there and said that this morning, man, because every time I be in a discussion with somebody, we get to talking about the dadgum green dot, and I done been guilty of it myself. I'm not gonna sit up there and lie. It just pops up because that's all I've been hearing throughout, this whole time, like green dot, and I'm thinking like it really ain't that damn serious, man. But you know what I'm saying. With all that said, man, Cedric Gray, man. I mean, do y'all think he gonna be that smart guy on defense that's going to be able to come in and help guys get in the right position and communicate things from the coaches?
Yeah. Cedric Gray he's special. Like I think, obviously just as his history, he was one tackle shy of 100 plus tackles in back-to-back 3 seasons with UNC. And he played some in his freshman year as well. So this is a kid who has a ton of experience being the leader of the defense, wearing the green dot for UNC. And not only that, I mean, he's great in coverage, but the thing that I like about him a lot, obviously he's supremely talented. The production is there. I think it was like 15 PBUs or 5 interceptions during his 3 major years with UNC. So, the production's there, but what gets me excited is he's the opposite of Kenneth Murray. So if you want to talk about what your starting defense looks like, you are getting production in different ways from your Mike and Will linebacker at this point. And it gives you good rotational play like Otis Reese. I'm really high on Otis Reese. I thought he looked really good towards the end of last season. So if we had to roll him out, I wouldn't have been super upset about it. And I think he's going to come in and play a rotational role. James Williams, with his frame, is probably going to come in and play like a sub package role with subbing in for Kenneth Murray or something like that. So if you everything they've done defensively through the draft and the offseason is you can kind of see Denard Wilson's defense forming with, similar body styles or similar play styles. But what got me excited is that Cedric Gray not only fills the green dot role, right, where he can kind of, call the defense, but he is the type of backer that we don't have on the roster. He's a coverage guy. He's obviously he's going to see the field really well. So that's what gets me excited.
Man, it's crazy, man, because I was just sitting up over here thinking while you were talking, man. I was like, man, our fellow fans, man, they ain't give a damn about a green dot all them years that they were sitting up complaining about Shane Bourne and Mike Vrabel and Aziz being in coverage and Jack Gibbons being slow. They wasn't saying shit about a green dot or whatever into this season, man. But
yeah,
man,
this is my first time hearing about green dot, bro. This is new.
Yeah, man.
It's great. When I look at a guy that you want to be the green dot on your team, on your defense, that's who I see Cedric Gray like. And when you watch him play, for me, it was like a Nick Bolton comparison to how he plays. He can go run stop, he can fill those holes, he can blitz, he can drop in coverage, he can make sure everybody's where they need to be. He's really. And it seems like he thrives in that situation too, where a lot of guys feel like it's overwhelming. He thrives into making sure everything's there. And like, you get that comfortability to know that, all right, everything is right. Okay, now I can do my job. And there's some guys that just love that. And he seems like he's that guy.
Yeah, I just don't think it takes. I don't think that he needs to be in the league 3 years for him to learn. I just feel like, man, he is a plug and play player, bro. Like, you literally just plug him in and just let him be Cedric Gray, and he's gonna do his thing. I think he's gonna be perfectly fine. You just give him some coverages that he understands, and then you don't put too much on his plate in the beginning. But obviously, as time goes, you're gonna put more and more on his plate, and he's gonna become a better player. I want him. I really see a little bit of Fred Warner. He's not gonna be as good as Fred Warner, but I see a little bit of Fred Warner in him, man. I hope he reaches that potential as well.
He really, man, by the end of this next season, we really could have a consideration of talking about him as being one of the defensive rookies of the years in that conversation. The way if he can come in and do what he's supposed to do, he very likely could be one of those guys that we're talking about at the end of the year.
Dylan says, I can't wait till Wednesday to see every analyst predict us to go 4-13 at this point is hilarious, man. Man, let's go ahead and talk about it since you brought it up, man. Hey, I'm ready to book some flights, y'all. I don't know about, you know what I'm saying, what y'all got going on, but man, I can't wait till this schedule drop on Wednesday so I can book these flights. I ain't thinking about what the, you know what I'm saying, the national media and opposing fan bases is saying about the Titans, because it's all got to play out on field, man. But schedule release, like I said, Wednesday. Jonathan, quick question about it. What do you how do you want this Titan schedule to play out, man?
I'm pretty open. You know, I think, you know, for me, this is going to be an offense and a defense, really. It's a completely new team, completely new schemes that they're going to roll out. I'm optimistic about the preseason that starters are going to get a chance to get plenty of reps to really get acclimated to the new offense and defense in this case. But I don't know, you know, the strategic fan in me kind of likes the idea of having some like an easier schedule at the start, just to kind of allow us to maybe get a couple of quick, easy wins to really get acclimated. But at the same time, you know, I'm hoping that we have, you know, at least north of 2 primetime games. Something's telling me that they stiffed us, and we don't.
Oh, yeah,
but
man.
It would be nice to get some more primetime games, especially in a season where we're counted out so drastically. Who knows? Maybe the NFL knows better than that. But that my only wish for the season schedule is that we get, you know, maybe at least 4 primetime games. But that's probably wishful thinking.
Yeah, very wishful. You already know how they do us, man. They gonna give us a Thursday night football game. We may be lucky to
Against
get
the Jags,
a Monday
against the
night
Jags.
football game, man. I seen one rumor going around that we was playing somebody on Christmas or whatever, man. I forget the team.
Thanksgiving.
Who?
I seen the Thanksgiving one. It was us and Jets on Thanksgiving. I saw as a rumor mill. As
Yeah,
We're gonna have Christmas Day games.
I seen the Titans Chargers on Thanksgiving as well.
Yeah, that's what it was on prime time.
I love that.
Yeah.
I hope we get the Texans on Monday night, man. It's time for the league to really emphasize this rivalry, because I mean I'm seeing that the owners don't like each other, the teams don't like each other, the cities don't like each other. Like, I think it's time for the league, for the world to see what this rivalry really means to us, you know. So.
Bro, and honestly,
then again, guys, like, sorry, I was just gonna make the primetime thing like. It doesn't matter. We literally had a historic win with our rookie quarterback in primetime last season, and they still brushed him off and calling him the 32nd best guy in the league. So what does it matter, guys? We should just give us no primetime games. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the same result.
It's because everybody cut the game off when they went up 27-13. Yep. That's what happened.
But I know that I kind of want to see our AFC rivals quick in that schedule in those first few weeks, just because I want them to see us when we ain't got it all together, so they can talk their little shit. Whether win or loss, either way, they're going to talk like, well, you know, you still had these areas, you still was doing this. I want them to see that, and then I want our second games at the end of the year, so when they think they knew who we was and we got everything together, then we can play upset again at the end of the year as well. So let's give them that facade at first, and then we get everything taken care of, and then we really show them what the Tennessee Titans are going to be like, what they got to deal with the next few years. But even though I want to see them early too, just because let's go ahead and handle this stuff, get this stuff out the way real quick too with this AFC South. And like you said, the rival is big with Texans and us, so might as well go ahead and let that thing fuel at the beginning of the year and sizzle and just simmer all through until the last week. Like you said, I'm week 18, make it a Houston game.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Especially if we beat them early in the season. Oh yeah, the shit talk we gonna say to them, bro. They already know, because they've been talking so crazy this all season, man. They think they world beaters, and they're not. They're not. They probably gonna win about 11 games, 10 games, and that's about it. You know,
and get knocked out in the wild card round. But week 1, man. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I want the Jags week 1, man. I want to run it back. Even though we kicked their ass week 18 last season, man. I want to run it back against the Jags. It's a divisional game, of course. And, you know, the Jags, they coming in with some questions. But at the same time, I feel like the Jags will be a good matchup for this team. I mean, you can really get a good gauge on, you know what I'm saying, what, you know, we come out doing well, and, you know, the things that we need to continue to work on while playing against, not, a really hard opponent, but, a solid opponent. But
bro, you ain't got to sugarcoat it. Just say you ready to rub Calvin Ridley in the Jags fans' face real quick. Just
no, it ain't even about that though, man. I wouldn't even think about Calvin Ridley. Honestly,
has there been like do they usually schedule like divisional games week 1? I don't think I've ever seen that. Have they?
No, I don't think we'll get that. But I will tell you, man.
Week 1, they done it. The Colts and Jags, they did it. What last year?
Oh yeah, they did.
That's true.
Yeah, they do that.
We just haven't seen one in a long time. We haven't seen a division one in a long time. I'll tell you right now, I'd like to smoke that Houston Texans pack week 1, that Hannah McNair pack. That's what I would like.
Oh shit, all the way and put it the last game of 8-16.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right, man. Go ahead, Firestone.
Smoking that Hannah McNair pack.
Bro, you been talking so crazy, bro. Like, you not that nice. Like, what are you talking about?
Talking so reckless. Ain't never been to a divisional title. Can't win a playoff game that ain't a wild card game ever in your history as a fan base, as a franchise. Never. Okay, it's just ridiculous of the little brother coming around, ain't never earned or achieved anything, and then they want to clown us. Well, y'all lost the Super Bowl. Y'all can't even win a second round playoff game. Getting to the Super Bowl. Y'all don't even have an AFC divisional title record. We do. Y'all are 0-0. It don't matter what ours is because y'all ain't even made it there. So
we got that real estate too. Titans fans, pat yourselves on the back. Pat yourselves on the back because we got that Houston real estate. We're in their heads because Hannah McNair can't stop talking about the Oilers stuff. The Titans fan, like, what is it? I just don't understand that. Like, anyways, that's a whole conversation that I'll get real ratchet. I go from very logical to really belligerent when we start talking about the whole Oilers stuff.
Man, I'm
not going to dip into it. The dumbest conversation ever, bro. The dumbest conversation.
And then we sitting there, bro. But what about this blue? And she's like, it ain't got nothing to do with Tennessee. This, that. So why did you have to get Miss Amy's permission then? If it ain't got nothing to do with Tennessee and that blue, why did you have to go beg Miss Amy to let y'all use this stuff and then sit there and walk around acting like Miss Amy ain't give you the approval to wear this stuff and y'all talking shit about the person that gave you the approval? Like, oh, it ain't got nothing to do with this.
Miss Amy said you can have a little bit of blue, whatever.
Y'all know this Miss Amy ain't said a thing about this woman. I mean, this woman been parading around, throwing her little shots or whatever. Amy ain't saying nothing, man. I mean, Amy is a G. Miss Amy, she moves in silence. She don't entertain the foolishness or whatnot. I mean, all she do is make her move when she make her move. And when she make it, she just gonna sit there like, yeah, I did that.
I want the wins just for her, man. Like I'm so proud of her as an owner. Like coming off of the Bud Adams stuff and how crazy that roller coaster was when he was the owner. Like the Miss Amy stuff has just been so relieving. And when something goes wrong, she's like, "Nah, see you later, G." And like the off-season video stuff she did this offseason, the start of this offseason, I was so proud. Like, yes, cut him, get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's move on. Let's get modern here. And that's why, I think Titans fans, we've had a lot. There's been an exciting offseason because have you guys ever in your history as a fan ever seen this much change in one offseason? Never, right? Like it's from top to bottom, completely different. So, we got a lot to be excited about.
And I posted the day we fired Mike Vrabel, man. I remember posting it on because I was doing jury duty at the time, man. And I wound up catching it probably like a couple hours after it happened. I wound up posting on Facebook. I said, the Titans real serious about winning, man. I'm just happy because if they finally did it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because any old Titans fans, no offense, I know Vrabel's a guy, Firestone. But any old Titans, they would have kept Vrabel. We would have kept on doing the same thing over and over again and kept failing. You know what I'm saying? And the people are gonna start coming to the games, and then we ain't got enough money to make the new stadium. Like, no, Miss Amy said, I done seen this before. We gonna shut it down right here. You know what I'm saying? And you see, since we fired Vrabel, it's nothing but happiness and hope. You know what I'm saying? We believe what Levis can be. We got Calvin Ridley. We got Cheeto Bay Woozy. We got Steve. You know what I'm saying? We done drafted Latham. Just look at the domino effect that happened just because they listen to RJ.
And see what I can respect about Amy is, she didn't just, say, you know what? Let me fire this dude. We gonna build it up from the scratch or whatnot. Nah, she got rid of Mike Vrabel and she was like, Rand, go get us some players. Use this money that we have. We're not laying down. We finna get some quality players in here so we can give ourselves a chance to contend while building up our future stars, man. And you know that those are the type of rebuilds I respect, because honest to God truth, I mean, you're not supposed to go in here and lay down for these teams just because, you know what I'm saying, you have to make some big changes from season to season, man.
And she didn't just promote Ryan Cowden, by the way. Like, let's really praise her for going out into her NFL circle and saying, hey, our game needs to be modern. We need to evolve as a franchise. Who can get us there? Okay, well, maybe we look at this young, talented GM who's well connected in the NFL, who is analytical driven, and who has, you know, kind of the modern game at heart. Let's go get him instead of just promoting a Ryan Cowden or promoting a John Stryker or one of Vrabel's guys. It's literally like she took the entire building, got all the ants out, and just replaced everything. That's why I was so high on it. I was like, if I were the one doing this hire, well, how would I do it? Well, the first things first, you got to gut the entire thing, like from the root, just rip it out from the root. And she did that. And that could have turned out terrible for her. Like we wouldn't be in this spot. So she really, truly does not get the credit that she deserves from the hard decisions that she's had to make as an owner.
Look, I was here during those Vrabel days, bro, during that Vrabel fire. I was here defending, standing, bro. Even when we was talking about
good on business.
Bro, I was standing tall in court every morning.
Bro, 1 week I'm defense attorney for Mike Vrabel. The next week I'm his family members. I'm apparently.
See, the problem was, Firestone, man. I was trying to show you the whole time, man. You were too stuck in the old Titans, man. I kept trying to show it to you. I was like, bro, just come over to the watering hole, man, please.
I'll tell you exactly what it was. I wasn't sold on Rand and Amy being able to sell the Titans as a job. Like, we didn't have anything. So the sell point for me was, and which it was, is just Rand. You got to have faith in that Rand can build you the team that you want as a head coach. And I wasn't sure they was able to make that sell. I was wrong. They made that sell multiple times. Not even the coaches. They made it the players. They made all the sales. They did it. I'm a firm believer in them now. But it was early on because it was like Rand. We didn't have too much talk about him coming into a GM situation. Nobody. It was new when that happened. Everybody had to try to figure out who Rand was. Yeah, see, Corey. And then Miss Amy she's learning. She's still a young owner, so she's starting to get better and better. But she has made some bad choices in the past. But that was because of young ownership, how she got handed the team over to her from the Bud Adams situation. So there's things to fix with the learning curve. I just didn't know if we was there yet. And they proved me wrong. Same way where I was like, I don't think Will Levis can be good, but I think it's too much of a project QB for the Titans. Then they bring him in and showing up. Okay, it's good. I just didn't have that faith in the time, and I had to stick with them and see it.
I got a feeling, man, that Mike Vrabel would have ruined Will Levis, man. He wouldn't have been able to be the character that we know he can be, man. He's not going to be able to be this rah-rah guy that's going to yell at his team to get ready. Come on, guys, let's go out there. And, you know what I'm saying? We're going to beat these. He's not going to let him be that. He's going to put him in a system, and he's going to force him to run the ball and play action. And that's just not what Levis do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to ruin him, man. Just like we ruined Mariota, just like we ruined Vince Young, just like we ruined, you feel me? Like, we was on the path to do the same thing we have been doing for years, man. And now we're finally going to be able to develop Levis with a quarterback guy that's letting Levis be Levis. You get what I'm saying? They're going to let Levis be Levis. It's going to be the best for him, man.
That's what I was about to say. That was my point. Because, like, we saw all the times during Vrabel and Will Levis, because I kind of agree with you on that now looking back. It's because Vrabel, all he ever said, he wouldn't condone him about how his throws was and the talent and how Will Levis was. But he's just like, we got to give him the slide. We got to give him the protective vibe. We're going to teach him what happens when you get hit and all that. And that stuff is good. But then you saw Brian Callahan come out and he was like, you don't never want to take away whatever that spark or that it is for somebody. And that's Will Levis's it. So, excuse me, you want him to still have it and protect himself and be safety. but you don't want to remove that. And that's what I loved about what Brian said is like, we got to figure out how to make sure he's cautious with it. And that was some of the same things we heard Andy Reid say about Patrick Mahomes early off when he was talking about he's throwing off no feet on the ground. He's fading away, making throws and all these unorthodox throws. He's like, well, I'm just letting Patrick be Patrick and let him know that you can't do that in every situation, but I trust you to know when it's safe to do it in those situations. And that's what I kind of felt like from Brian Callahan with Will Levis that made me excited.
And I'll say this, I always remember that one practice, man. And y'all remember those early videos when we first got Levis, and Levis was throwing all them passes, I mean, threading the needle, throwing it between three people, and they catching the ball, and you know what I'm saying, throwing all these crazy passes. And Vrabel's like, no, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's like, these are dangerous passes. You can't be throwing it. It's not gonna work.
He wanted to throw it to wide open.
Imagine Mike Vrabel coaching Patrick Mahomes. Would he just have 10 strokes on the sideline every game? Like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? Like, yeah, bro.
He's not doing it on schedule.
He's gonna be right on the sideline. Oh, this is it. This one's it. This is the big one.
Yeah.
That's, goodness. He wouldn't have made it, bro.
My boy Sal from Jersey had a good point, and I'll never forget this ever. I'll never forget it because it was such a big Twitter drama thing, but he was right. That 4-touchdown game against Atlanta, that debut that Will Levis had, when he walked into the tunnel and Vrabel was like, all right, get in there and get changed type beat, instead of like being excited for him that he just threw 4 touchdowns in his rookie debut. That didn't really sit well with me either, because though he's very different than Ryan Tannehill, like Tannehill, of course, has a calm demeanor. Marcus Mariota had a pretty calm demeanor. This guy is not the same quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. And you kind of have to play into that. Like to your point, Firestone, like Callahan knows what he's doing. He said this. He's like, look, I'm not going to put the young man's fire out. You know, like, yes, you're an NFL quarterback. Act like it. Act like you've been here. He hasn't been here. This is he piloted this garbage offense to a historic fourth quarter comeback win in Miami on prime time. And you're going to be like, nah, chill out a little bit. Hey, good job, kid, but just chill out a little bit. Hey, I know you just beat a team you weren't supposed to beat with the worst offensive line in the league and one of the worst receiving cores in the league, and you're a rookie quarterback, and everybody say you suck, but you can just chill that out a little bit. It's like, bro, that's not good for his development either. Like, he has to feel like the support, like when my quarterback's doing his thing, he's, his teammates are going to rock with him. As a coaching staff, that's important. That's an important part of the developmental process, is celebrating the wins. Even if they're small wins, you celebrate. And Vrabel, like Tim Kelly, you could tell Tim Kelly was on the leash too, because he was like, no, bro, it's cool. Like, good job. Like the post-game presser in Miami.
They wanted to turn up on the sideline in Miami.
Yeah. They were like, calm down. Yeah. Like, calm down, bro. Okay.
Yeah, like, man, like, they were not gonna be Levis be himself, and it would have killed his confidence. It would have been, his play would have went down, man. Like, all the stuff that he do, like him trucking Jalen Ramsey and jumping over it for first downs, like, they would not have let him keep doing that, bro. And I mean, granted, I don't want him to keep doing that, but like when the game on the line, when it's the 4th down, I need you to do that.
You know, he's gonna be a dog in this situation instead of nutting up.
Yeah, like, right. You feel me? And like, and then you look at it, man. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, him after the Atlanta game, man, they over there handing out. They Vrabel over there, man. That was a good win, guys. Man, you know what I'm saying? You guys did your thing. You did all the little things I need y'all to do. And I'm like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? The rookie quarterback just had one of the greatest debuts we've ever seen. You know, say something about him. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, bring it in. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
right.
How you not gonna say nothing? You know.
Yeah, playing that prevent defense, man. I feel like Callahan in this situation with Denard Wilson, I feel like them dudes gonna be like, look, man, it's time to put up 50 on these bugs, man. We trying to let Malik Willis play in the 4th quarter. We ain't trying to have we ain't trying to have Levis out here in the 4th quarter, man. Let's go ahead and bury these guys, man.
Callahan turns around. Hey, Nissan, y'all ever seen 50 points? Watch this.
Yeah, Vrabel in that situation.
The last time we
get up 10 points and go into a prevent defense. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Hey, does this Titantron go to 50? Hold on, let me check.
Bro, we haven't scored 30 points in 2 years, bro. 2 years we haven't scored 30, bro. That's terrible, bro. That's terrible, bro.
But I just want to know what that moment was for Vrabel to turn that switch. Because you remember them early years, we used to see them locker rooms. They's in there jumping. They's getting it out there.
Yeah,
And then
man, I don't know what
switched.
happened, bro.
So I
It's
want to
that
know what it
message.
is. So that whatever that is, we need to figure it out. So Brian Callahan don't ever hit that wall. Get to that point. We make sure, hey, this is what fucked it all up for Vrabel, and he lost all that excitement he had in the locker room. Brian, we need to protect you at all costs to make sure you keep this chemistry back there as long as possible.
Man, speaking of quarterbacks, man, they done broke Golf off, man. That man done got a contract extension. I can't be mad at it. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm proud of Golf, man, because after helping the Rams get to a Super Bowl, they kicked that man to the curb. I'm talking about after that Super Bowl, this man was still throwing for like 4,500 yards or whatever, and they just, you know what I'm saying, kicked him to the curb. Like, you know what? We getting Matt Stafford, man. When we sending you to Detroit, man, get up out of here. And pretty much the whole NFL, you know what I'm saying, everybody just, you know what I'm saying, wrote this man off, including myself. I was like, man, they sending Jared Goff to go there and die, man. After this, he's going to be a straight up backup quarterback. Now look at him. I mean, Detroit, they coming off of their first NFC championship game since forever, man. I mean, that offense is booming. And I know it's going to be some fans out there that's going to have something to say about the type of money he's being paid. Look, man, whether you like it or not, Jared Goff is a top 10 quarterback in today's NFL. He deserved the money that he got.
Hey, I say this though, man. Guess who right now that's about to get paid that they franchise think is better than Jared Goff. That's gonna hurt them for a long time. The Jaguars.
Oh, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I can't
They
wait
gonna have to
till
pay
they
him.
in trouble. I can't wait. I can't wait because I know he can't do it without them weapons. He can't do it without them weapons, bro. He's not good enough.
Because what they gave Goff, what, 212 million, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
They're gonna pay Trevor more than they paid him. And
Yeah.
he's the second highest paid quarterback in the league.
Bro, all I know is if I was Jared Goff's agent, I'd have walked into the Lions meeting room and they would have talked like, hey, you're good. We need all this. We're trying to go win a Super Bowl. We need you. We really think this is a fair price. And all I would say is, as Jared Goff agent, is the only QB that's undefeated against Patrick Mahomes. But we really got to the only QB undefeated against Patrick Mahomes. But did it yet? Yeah, he threw four. He's had slingers with Patrick Mahomes 2 times. He beat him both times. Threw for 400 yards and multiple TDs. You gonna pay this man? You want to win a Super Bowl? Everybody in AFC worry about beating the man. You got the one man in the NFL that beats the man. Pay this man. The Jared Goff, if these Detroit Lions can put together a team around Jared Goff, that might be the dude that comes in and beats the Eli Manning to fucking Patrick Mahomes, bro. I kid you not.
He can win them a Super Bowl. I seriously believe Jared Goff can win them a Super Bowl because, I mean, if you look at how Detroit lost, I would put that more on coaching and defense, man.
I agree.
Man, they kept going for it on 4th down. Like, I'm like, man, when is enough? Like, just kick the field goal, bro. Like, they're gonna learn their lesson, man. Like, when you get up on a team like that in the playoffs, you got to take the points, bro. Just keep putting points on them. Like,
bro,
I just didn't. Go ahead.
And I said this about our Titans too. I mean, I say this too. Like, Dan Campbell's a new coach too, so it's the first time being in a situation like that. You got to learn how to handle the situation. No different than a player playing in his first playoff game or deep run and all that stuff. You still have those learning curves you have to get over it. And I think that was Dan Campbell's is bro, learn when enough is enough and just play some defense. Defense ain't always bad. I get you don't want to just rely on defense all the time, but sometimes you got to rely on your defense and know when to say enough is enough.
Man, the funniest game of last season, man, was the Lions and the Cowboys, man, a few weeks before the season ended, man, when Dan Campbell and Mike McCarthy, they were just taking turns trying to lose that daggone football game, man. I'm talking about McCarthy trying to throw the ball when he should just be trying to run the clock out. Then Dan Campbell, he want to go for it on every 4th down. I was like, yeah, both of y'all probably staring at a bad playoff loss in which, you know what I'm saying, they went out the sad way. It just McCarthy went out sad. Anything, guys?
It looked like you went out just like McCarthy.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, why
Oh
did it
man, what the world, man? Man,
Yeah,
look, man,
I was just
they
writing
snatched my internet away, man. They snatched my internet away. I'm having to work on Xfinity's everybody's hotspot or whatever. I don't even have my own internet up over here right now, man. So it's a bad situation. But I'm moving, man. I'm gonna be back good here in a few, man. But we're gonna go ahead and keep it rocking and rolling, man.
I
Because,
got a
man,
question
go
for
ahead.
y'all because I kind of seen what Adam Schefter put out. Like week 1, the first game of the season is going to be Ravens versus Chiefs. So what are y'all excited about that? What are y'all expecting to come from that game? I know a lot of people was hyped because it's kind of the playoff rematch last year, but there's been so much change on both teams. Is this truly going to be living up to the hype of week 1? What are y'all expecting from it?
Yeah, I'd expect, to have a high scoring game, but we said that about last season too, and that didn't go that way to start off the season. So who knows? But, I think I forget who made the comment. It might have been one of you guys. I forget who tweeted it, but it was brilliant. Someone said, yeah, let's go ahead and rip that Derrick Henry and the purple Band-Aid off, right? Week 1. Let's just go ahead and rip that off, and let's just go ahead and see that. So you know what? I'll say, man, I love Derrick Henry. I always will. I always, be so, appreciative of everything he's done in two-tone. So who knows? I mean, I'd like to see a big King Henry game to kick it off week 1. That'd be cool. But, it's kind of hard to watch as a Titans fan, obviously watching Ravens and Chiefs, but it'll be a good one.
Yeah, it's gonna
hurt, man. I mean, granted, like I said, Derrick Henry, obviously you see him in the back, man. In the back, you know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry, he's my all-time favorite Titan, man. And it's gonna suck, man. It's gonna suck because I didn't want no other fans to feel what we felt for that past 8 years, man, of just knowing you can run the ball on them and there's nothing they can do about it. Now the Ravens get to feel it, it's gonna suck. But at the end of the day, man, he's not the same King he was with us. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what he does with Baltimore. He's a Titan.
It'll probably be the last time until Derrick Henry retires that I'll be rooting for him because, hey, with Titans football ain't started yet. I'm going to root for you one last time just for good old sakes. But after this, you're going to a rival. I'm gonna appreciate you. I'm going to be thankful for everything once the NFL career is over with because now you went over to the enemy and you're going to be the enemy until then. So that week 1's going to be the last time I can really root for Derrick Henry until the motherfucker says we done. And because it's too much heartbreaking constantly seeing Titans go to the damn Ravens and go play constantly over and over again. And I just want to know if they gave him like Jeff Fisher treatment when, Fisher went to go play for the coach for St. Louis and they took all the Super Bowl pictures off the wall. I wonder if they have to go through there and take try to erase Derrick Henry's memory of all them Earl Thomas turn around, stiff arm, go block for me moments,
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I honestly could see a situation to where Derrick Henry doesn't have the type of production that everybody thinks he's going to have because you got to understand the type of offense that Baltimore runs. I mean, that doesn't go into the favor of Derrick Henry, man. I mean, you seen how he ran the ball in Tennessee. It was a lot of, I formation, single back type of stuff, man. We wasn't lining up a shotgun and a ton and handing the ball off to Derrick Henry, even though we done some of that and he was productive with some of that. But Derrick Henry, he honestly isn't the same guy, man. I mean, he's got to have that head of steam. And I don't see Baltimore going back into, their old ways when it comes to offense. No, I mean, they got to continue to let this thing go through Lamar Jackson, in which that doesn't favor Derrick Henry. So that's why I say I can really see Derrick Henry not having the type of season that we think he's going to have.
Yeah, that's a good point. You think about it too. Like Tennessee Derrick Henry was the offense. And when you plug him into an offense that's dynamic in other ways, you would think that would mean that opens up more opportunities for him. But I think it's the opposite. I think Derrick Henry opens opportunities for the other parts of your offense, like Lamar and, those read options and stuff like that. I'm sure they'll get cute. But yeah, to your point, like I don't necessarily think that I don't think Derrick Henry even comes close to sniffing 2,000 yards in that offense. I think he's probably going to be like I would be surprised if he was even north of 1,000 yards, to be honest. I think that, and the reason why I say that, and I think it's because Like, is that offense going to be running the ball 30 times a game with Derrick Henry? Does he get 30 touches a game? Probably not, right? There's too many mouths to feed, and you have other dynamic pieces. And we know as fans of him that if he doesn't get to touch the ball at least 20 times in a game, then it's really hard for him to get started. So I'm with you, Marako. I think that there's a good chance that we might see like a 700, 800, maybe 7 touchdown season from Derrick Henry, which is still a good season, but bad for him for that reason. Because, yeah, I mean, I think he's, NFL defenses have figured him out, and that's a big part of it. I don't think it necessarily changes in Baltimore.
Yeah, Corner make a good point too, man. Derrick is like a 3-point shooter. If he doesn't get into rhythm early, he is ineffective. And Lamar Jackson is the same. You have to get him in rhythm, throwing the ball early to get him going. Because if you try to run him all over the place and then ask him to throw the ball late, I mean, it's not going to work well. And Baltimore, man, I mean, they got some things to figure out when it comes to running this offense, man, because they also got a young up-and-coming wide receiver in Zay Flowers that needs the football in his hand so that he can make plays. And if he doesn't get the football, he got some of them diva tendencies in him. I mean, I could see him, blowing up and, start going at it with Lamar and going at it with the coaches, man. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see.
And don't forget who Lamar Jackson's favorite target is, and that's Mark Andrews on that team. Lamar Jackson loves his tight ends. So you got Mark Andrews there, and, man, they got one more other dude there right now, and I cannot think of his name. And both those dudes are some damn good tight ends out there.
Isaiah Likely.
Yes, Isaiah Likely. Thank you.
Yeah,
so, bro, that's going to be like you said, getting your touches and getting your carries or getting your production, because you're not a receiving back, so you're going to be in run. Yeah, we might use this option. We're all talking about how deadly this option is, but we know probably 70% of those options are going to go stick with Lamar and not go with Derrick, because as soon as he sees somebody bite on Henry, he's going to I got the faster wheels. I can make this play. So it's going to see what that transition is going to be like. So, yeah, it looks scary. It looks nice, but how much are they actually going to use Derrick Henry there, and how much of him is actually going to be a decoy? I don't see him getting 20, 30 touches. I see him maybe getting 15. I don't see him having the same work because I still see them rotating him. I don't see him being all 3 downs type of guy for him. So it's going to be a completely different Derrick Henry, but it's going to be a game changer to see that role for Derrick Henry.
Right. Yeah, man, rushing is down, and I'm talking about Dylan's comment from earlier, man. Is it too much to think that Derrick Henry not getting 1,000 yards this year? I mean, honest to God, true, he can get 1,000 yards. I mean, he could, get that effectively. I mean, he could, struggle to get that, but man, the rushing numbers are down across the league, man. I mean, you saw last season or whatnot. Man, I mean, those big high numbers sitting up in the 2,000, that isn't a thing anymore because that's a passing league. It's a passing league, and you got to consider that as well when you talk about Derrick Henry, man. I mean, Baltimore, they ain't gonna stop throwing the ball. I mean, this offensive coordinator they got right now, he's a pass-happy offensive coordinator, bro. Like, the talks that we had on here about, how Baltimore approached that playoff game against Kansas City, AFC Championship game. Lamar should have been Lamar. Lamar should have been running all over the field like he Super Mario or somebody. But nah, they stuck with, what got them there. They stuck with, throwing the ball. And it's like, bro, no. Lamar got legs. Let him run. Kansas City with all they blitzing or whatever, let him run around and make plays, man. And, like I said, Derrick Henry, he may struggle to get that 1,000 yards, man, or he may get it in an effective manner. But don't be surprised about anything when it comes to Derrick Henry.
So, and just put a little retrospect on that too. Do y'all remember who the Ravens' last running back was to go 1,000 yards?
It's been a while.
It's been a very long while, bro.
It's not Jamal, is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not that far back.
It's been a while. I think Mark Ingram had it.
It's got to be Mark
Is
Ingram.
it
bro.
Mark Ingram?
No, it is Justin Forsett, 2014.
Ah,
Wow.
It's been a
Fantasy-
decade.
the fantasy football hero, man. I used to pick him in fantasy football, dude. Thinking that, you know,
I just
he
highly
could
doubt that it's going to
recreate
be 2,000-yard rushers, man.
Yeah.
Because you know that Lamar's going to run for 1,000. Do you think Derrick Henry's also going to run for 1,000 to go along with it? I mean, they're going to be the best rush offense we've ever seen. You know, which
They
is
gotta go
possible.
back to their
It is
old
possible.
ways, man. If it was
Yeah.
Greg Roman running the offense, yeah, I could say, yeah, Lamar ain't Henry finna get 1,000 because god dang, they finna run the ball, god dang it, 80 times a goddamn game, but not in this offense, man.
Yeah, because it's not like we don't believe Derrick can still run for 1,000 yards. He definitely could. It's just in this offense, is he going to? Because Lamar's been the only 1,000-yard rusher in the past 10 years, and their running backs are averaging about 700 yards a year. So that's just what the question is. We have full faith and belief Derrick Henry could still go rush for another 1,000 yards, but
no doubt.
in this system, how is it going to actually play out?
We got anything else to talk about, fellas?
Nah, I think I'm ready for more training camp. I'm ready for more guys to get there. I'm just ready for some football, man. God, it feels like this offseason taking forever.
I'll just take some training camp videos at this point. I'm itching for a little bit of anything. Like those mini camp videos were good, but man, I probably watched that sled video 900 times. So I just need some. I need some like Kyle Phillips out routes. I need some Will Levis velocity throws. I'm ready. You know,
I'm ready to see Will Levis versus this secondary, man. Like, I want to see. I know Will Levis, man. He been putting in work, man. He gonna show us something in the training camp, man. Like, he probably gonna throw some picks, bro. You know, I was like, he's going to get a good secondary. They're gonna throw some picks, man. And I'm ready to see what LeJarius Sneed got in his bag, man, for these receivers. You know, Cheeto as well.
Bro, I got so impatient. I had to do a whole free agencies hype video just to see some football. And I'm like, all right, now get there so we can have some practice ones with them actually in some Titans jerseys that we can do some stuff. I'm with you, man. Some training camp hype videos ready. Something just
man. I'm ready to see Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears, man. I'm ready to see these guys, man. I know, man. We got a nice look. We got a nice little outfit, bro. Like people just don't know, man. Like that's a nice outfit. DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd. Then you got Pollard and Spears, who if you spread out too much, they got burners. You know what I'm saying? Then we got this secondary, bro, with Devondre Sweat, and you got Jeffrey Simmons in the middle, man. He got Landry, who's gonna probably get about 10 sacks off of these boys as well, man. Like, man, we got a good team, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just need to fix a couple of positions, man, and we're gonna be straight this year, man. I promise you.
Running. We talked about the sleds earlier. Pretty much, man, you already know what's going on, Running. You know you OG around here, man. It's Titans fans. It's our fellow fans with the foolishness, PTSD, and all of that, man. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with JC, man. He just got to get that technique on point, in which he did get it on point.
Hey, bring up Corey's comment back up because that was a good one. It's like I want to see a 4 wide set. So what is the 4 wide set going to be though? Is it going to be Boyd, Ridley, D-Hop, and Traylon Burks, or is that 4th spot going to be Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears, or is it going to be Chick? Like that 4 wide set can go so many different ways for us.
Jaquan, you see Traylon and Jaquan on the inside on the 4 wide set. They just stretch the field up the seam, get some. Bro, I'm telling you, there's a level of talent in this offense now that we have not seen. But it's not just the talent. It's not just the personnel. What Titans fans should be the most excited about is that philosophically, this team is different. Like seeing a 4 wide set in the Titans offense, we haven't seen that since Marcus Mariota, like Ken Wisenhunt days. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a long time. And by the way, that team did not have the roster that this team has now. It is a modern NFL. Marcus Mariota doesn't have the arm, the velocity, the arm talent that Will Levis has. I mean, this is a serious level of football that we haven't seen. And what's funny is the world is looking at the Titans like this is the same old Titans. And guess what? Like, I think they're going to come out swinging, and they're going to have the national media is going to have a very different tune talking about the Titans towards the end of the season.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what they say on social media, they're going to F around and find out.
That's right.
That's what it's going to. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be, man. Teams gonna F around and find out about the Titans, man, because they definitely ain't moving like the Titans of old. That's why I tell my fellow fans, man, Quit thinking like it's the old Titans day. I'm guilty of getting in that habit too, man. I got to understand that this ain't, you know what I'm saying, Bud Adams Titans. This ain't, you know, the Titans with J-Rob as general manager. This ain't the Titans with Mike Mularkey as the head coach and Mike Vrabel. No, this is a different type of philosophy, y'all. So, I mean, let these guys work and, you know, trust the process, man. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up. Jonathan, tell the people what you got going on and tell them where they can find you.
Absolutely. I am at Esports Valen on Twitter or X, but you can find my Titans content on TikTok and YouTube at All Things Titans. Appreciate it. You know, love the conversation tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys. I would love to have you guys on my show as well and doing some collaborative content. Marako, I got to give you your flowers really quickly. I've been following you for a couple of years, and bro, those motherfucker tweets in the morning got me so hyped, bro. I don't know if you remember this or know this, but every time you posted one of those videos, I would post the GIF of Thanos putting the final stone in his glove.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that's how I felt. Every morning, I'm just like, bro, I need that. Like every Sunday morning, I'm just hitting one of these. Like, man, when is this tweet coming? It's 11 a.m. I need that right now. So thank you for being the voice and the energy of the Titans when we needed it most. And for RJ and Firestone guys, thank you guys so much. This show is a lot of fun, and you guys make some awesome content, and I was glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, most definitely. Man. You're always welcome to come back on the show, man. You already know, man. You one of the friends of the show, man. And I just look at it like this, man. Like we all we are is just fans, bro. Me and Firestone been with the Oilers. He was been an Oilers fan that became a Titans fan. You know what I'm saying? Me and Marako, we're from Nashville, so like we live, breathe, sleep, and bleed this team, man. So that's why we are what we are. And I don't know your backstory, Jonathan Miller. So if you want to tell it, you can.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's been mine too. I grew up, was born out west in Arizona, moved to Tennessee when I was 5. I think it was 98. So it was literally the Super Bowl year. And then my family was in the living room watching the Super Bowl, and we had just moved to Tennessee. And we were like, we got a football team. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I just kind of I was like, we got a football team. They're playing in February. I guess that's a big deal. And so from that Super Bowl on, I was just a huge fan of not just the Titans, but football in general. And then I kind of just rode that wave. And yeah, I've been a big Titans fan ever since I was a little bitty guy. So yeah, it's, having conversations like this with guys like you is so much fun. And I love like hearing from passionate fans. I love hearing from the super analytical guys and everything in between. I think it makes this fan base, a brotherhood and sisterhood in very many ways. So looking forward to diving deeper into the content game with the Titans and producing more for all you guys out there. And hopefully I'm making some sense when I'm sharing my opinions. So appreciate it.
Man, Tony, respect to you, man, for, holding it down in the enemy's territory, man. You already know what it is with us, man. F the Jags all day, every day, man. But, man, let's go ahead and pay these bills, man, so we can get up out of here, man. This episode of the Titans Colosseum has been brought to you by LionsDenBeerCollection.com. Use the promo code Coliseum to get 25% off. And also head over to SunnySmilesCoffee.com. Premium freshly roasted coffee and free shipping on all U.S. orders. You need to catch the show. You need to, read some articles, some blogs or whatever, man. You can do all of that at Tennessee Titans. Well, not Tennessee Titans.com. Tennessee. Oh, God, I'm so messed up on Tennessee right now. Oh, my God, man. TitansColosseum.com, man. Never miss a live show, press article, or breaking news, man. And make sure you continue watching this show for, details on how to enter future giveaways, y'all. Y'all already know how we do with the giveaways or whatnot, man. I mean, we always come with something hard for y'all, man, because we appreciate y'all so much, man. And, you can catch us on all digital streaming platforms as well, man. Apple Music, Apple
Apple
Podcast. Yeah, I'm tongue twisted right now, man. Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeart Podcast, Spotify, man. We all over the place, man. Romel, go ahead.
Hey, you already know, man. I gotta promote the intro one more time, man. But go ahead and get it now because I'm telling you, man, you gonna cop on here and the new one's gonna be on here. Y'all gonna be crazy. Y'all gonna be going crazy, man. But yeah, like I said, download In the Game, man. Romel's on any big time platform, man. From Apple Music down to Spotify, man. You know what to do, man. Hit that download button and play it for me, man. You already know for the one time while it's still there. So
yes, sir. Skip. Make sure you head over to the Two-Tone Militia group on Facebook, man. Hey, man, they some of the coolest people ever, man. Go up over there, man. Talk your talk. Be respectful, man. If somebody ain't being respectful towards you, best believe, man. Chris, Melinda, Brian, everybody up over there gonna show up at their door and they gonna give them that two-tone business, man. But man, make sure you follow them on Facebook, man.
Absolutely, bro. I'm ready for football, bro. I'm so ready for pads and hitting, and these practices has been just a little bit of warm up.
Yeah, man, I'm ready to get this show. I'm ready to get all this stuff rocking and rolling, man. Ready to book some flights, man. We're gonna be booking flights Wednesday, and we're gonna see y'all on Wednesday too, because we're gonna be chopping it up with the OG Ken Moore, man, on the Danger Zone, man. So y'all make sure y'all head over to his page for, you know what I'm saying, us chopping it up with the OG about this schedule, man. Until then, man, everybody stay blessed and tighten up.